But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Interregnum Let's Play, which is of course a mod for Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion, and I'm sure you'll be able to see something horrific that has happened. Cannot colonize because hostile culture too strong here on Kamar. It finally happened, ladies and gentlemen. The sheer amount of super weapons from our enemies has eliminated our colony on Kamar, and I imagine that Thefera is likely to be not too far behind. We've lost Tithe, and the question becomes, what should we do? And I think the only real answer that I have is abandon. I think we're going to have to abandon this place. You may note, folks, that there are enemies jumping in.
Don't fail me again.
We should be able to deal with these enemies relatively quickly.
Allied backup has arrived.
Oh my, I've had this on pause for a little while and it's going a little bit crazy. Oh god, look at the lag. My own fault for having it paused for so long.
Allied backup has arrived.
It'll sort itself out in a moment, I imagine.
Ready for duty.
Let's deal with these rebels. And then, without further ado, I think what we need to do is we need to work out a new target.
Allied forces are being attacked.
We're not going to be able to take out the Greens. We're just simply not going to be able to. Foreign applications that I have open. That may help. So, my thoughts here are we are going to move our fleet as it stands.
Our planet is under siege.
Yeah, let's move it. Let's get out of here. And I think where we're going to go is to this star.
Good work.
Let's get going.
Allied backup.
We
has
have
arrived.
lost our foothold, ladies and gentlemen.
Allied forces are being
And
attacked.
yes, I'm aware that we could probably recolonize this world. But is it worth it? Is it worth just having the same old fight over and over again? It's the definition of madness. Oh, there is another terrible thing coming towards us. Abilities are now disabled on our ships. It's absolutely... There's another one over here, another super weapon explosion over on Thefera. It's unstoppable. It's endless. Right, over at Honga, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start building our reserve fleet. Imperial Star Destroyer 2 and 1 over here, and we also need a load of dreadnoughts, maybe some escort carriers. I suppose we'll even have a broadside. Alright, that's doing what it needs to. You see, I knew! This is why we have escaped. This is why we ran. They eliminated our colony, and here they are, destroying everything we own.
Station
Those
ready.
bastards.
Has arrived.
This is what we must face.
Awaiting orders.
But the fleet is en route to a new enemy, to the rebels. You rebel scum.
Backup has arrived. Allied forces are being attacked.
Oh dear, I'm lagging terribly.
Broadside cruiser reporting.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
It's time for a restart on my computer. Well, we'll get through this episode as it is, in spite of the lag. Perhaps it'll calm down shortly.
Allied backup has arrived.
Don't fail me again.
Preparing for hyperspace jump.
Oh my,
Backup has arrived.
Preparing for hyperspace
the battle
jump.
has begun anew.
ComSat has detected inbound hostiles.
Inbound hostiles.
Allied
To
battleships
Thifera.
have
Oh,
arrived.
and look. The Dark Fleet is arriving. Oh, yes. We would never have held. There it is. The Celestia. We would not have held.
Allied backup has arrived. Our planet is under siege. Hostile forces have arrived.
That's it.
Our fleet is under attack. Allied backup has arrived.
We've arrived at a new
Inputting
star
coordinates.
system.
Hostile forces have arrived.
It appears. that
Ready
the-
for duty. Fire at
Oh
will.
my. A new attack is occurring. Still by the Psyorder Zealots.
Forces have arrived. An allied planet is under siege. ComSat has detected inbound hostiles. Allied forces are being attacked.
That is a lot of particles from the Solonis Adjudicators. Fortunately, they're not very strong against ships, so
Under siege.
not too much of a problem for me.
There is no further profit in attacking an empire.
Let's level up some of our
Ready for
ships
duty.
here.
Yes, Commander.
Allied backup has arrived.
Reporting in.
Hostile forces have arrived.
Gravity well manipulation, we'll have a little bit of that.
Our fleet is under attack. ComSat has detected inbound hostiles.
Assault shuttles.
Hostile forces have arrived.
Awaiting your command.
And there we go. Alright, where to next is the question. I think Nubia
Allied backup has arrived.
is going to be our first port of call. Let's go to Nubia and see if we can take it.
I await your instructions.
Stick the expanded hangar bay, and we will take a TIE Squadron
Allied
Bomber
backup
B.
has arrived. Our allies' planet is under siege.
Bit of induced terror, why not? And allies' planets are under siege? This is a worry. That's a lot of enemies. Allies are flooding back. The blind, perhaps vain hope.
Preparing for hyperspace jump.
Hostile forces have
They
arrived.
can stop our enemies.
Phase jump complete.
This planet's already been destroyed.
Allied backup has arrived.
So we will take it as our new point of
Gunship
contact. We've got a
reporting.
Victory Star Destroyer here.
Moving into position.
Take this world.
Allied backup has arrived.
Preparing for hyperspace jump.
The world is ours.
Allied backup has arrived.
Upgrade it as much as we're able to, as quickly as we're able. This is actually a good world.
Our planet is under siege. Planet development finished.
Let's just try and get some trade going. Maybe an additional propaganda station.
In attacking an empire. Another structure is in the way.
Shipbuilding facilities.
Planet development.
There you go, we have shipbuilding facilities now, and everything else that we need to do on the planet is going to get done. Froz is perhaps
fail
our
me again.
next target. If we can gain a foothold here, if we can gain the foothold here, then perhaps this is going to be where we need to do things.
Intel reports an impending pirate raid.
Have a few skip rays, there we go.
Allied backup has arrived. An allied captain ship has been destroyed.
You can see that we've been followed. The Coronata Titan is here. It has followed us.
That has detected inbound hostiles.
Oh god, there's no end to this, is there?
Have arrived.
There is no end to this. They're going to win. They're going to win.
Structure complete.
The hell with this. Fight them. Take that Revelation class battle cruiser out. It's going down like a sack of potatoes.
Backup has arrived.
There goes one. Now this one.
Planet development finished.
Ow. The force is indeed strong with this one, but not strong enough. We can do this.
Allied backup has arrived.
Look at our ships failing and falling. There it goes. Now the Coronata. Kill their Titan. Finally. Have we caught her?
Structure complete.
Awaiting your command.
That's only an adjudicator. Oh, the lag is awful. Yeah, definitely need to restart the old computer. And my apologies for the viewing quality of this. It's been awful.
Structure complete.
Keep
Ready
firing.
to go.
Planet development finished.
Ready to go.
We're about to lose one of our cap ships, but she's down at 6,000 health. There goes one of our cap ships.
Crews are online.
Hostile forces have arrived.
4,000 health.
Skip ray blast boat here.
Anything that we've got, bring it into the battle
Implementing
theatre.
coordinates.
Planet development finished.
Likely to lose a second capital ship. She's at 600. 300. We have killed her! We have killed the Coronata Titan that has plagued us for so long. Finally.
Ready for duty.
It's happened. Their death is at hand. But they will rebuild it and it will still be level 10.
Weapons ready.
Allied backup has arrived.
Right, Squadron Bomber B, if you please.
Crews are standing by.
Yes. Let's decimate what's left of their fleet. Take out the Solidara.
Most impressive.
Allied forces are being attacked.
Finally, in a new system, in a new fight, we have gained, briefly, the upper.
Destroyer here.
Gained the upper hand.
Nothing of value has been found.
Did you ever believe that we would do so?
Awaiting
Oh, we're going to
orders.
lose another capital ship. Oh.
Reporting.
Deploy the gunboats.
Reporting in.
Dreadnoughts. Let's get some TIE fighters. Just keep fighting them. Keep fighting them and keep killing them. Whoa!
Your order.
Yes, level us. Level us up.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles. Planet development finished.
Standing by.
Allied forces are being attacked.
Awaiting your orders.
Planet development finished.
Yes, Commander.
This is owned by the slave car Magistara.
Our fleet is under attack.
Let's hit it.
Our planet is under siege.
Got an enemy transporter there.
Allied backup has arrived.
Awaiting orders.
What are you? You're a strike cruiser. Okay. What do we need? We don't need any more starbase
Detected
constructors.
inbound hostiles.
Let's just grab
Inputting
everything that we
coordinates.
possibly can here. Build a starbase.
Phase jump complete.
Yes.
Lots of ruiners going
Preparing
over
for
here.
hyperspace jump.
That could be a worry.
Unit preparing for jump to light speed.
Those ruiners are absolute sausages. I don't like them at all. They're the same as Salonis adjudicators, effectively.
Activating.
Get better gravitational waves over here. I can't believe you're still alive.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
Destroyer
We
here.
may have to retreat.
Don't be too cowards from the modular terror.
Allied
Take out the starbase.
attack.
You can do it.
Our allies' planet is under siege.
Awaiting orders.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
Ready for command.
There we go. Eliminate this garrison as quickly as possible. Centerpoint Station.
We have wiped out an enemy colony.
The enemy colony's been wiped out. Let's push back to our own colony. Last thing we want to do is lose that.
Destination, sir?
Intel reports an impending pirate raid.
Oh my.
Allied backup has arrived.
Standing by.
Conqueror, what are you doing? Why did you not obey the fleet command?
We're on our way. Awaiting your orders.
Looks like the rebels have been having a really, really
Allied
tough,
forces are
terrible
being
time.
attacked.
Confirm whether we have any issues over here. Everything looks
Destination
okay.
is acknowledged.
Our backup is joining the fight.
Destination is acknowledged.
Oh, we've taken a Solonis Adjudicator. How nice.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
And an Iconus Guardian. Whoops, something blew up.
Allied forces are being attacked. Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
There we go. That should save the world. Surprisingly. Could do... Whoa! Do with an administration centre.
Allied forces are being attacked.
There we go. We'll keep our fleet here for the time being. It's not safe.
Station ready.
Structure complete. Structure
We'll
complete.
take the governor's suite.
Structure complete. Allied backup has arrived.
Okay. Okay. Oops.
Allied backup has arrived.
Let's take a Star Destroyer yard. A couple of frigate yards.
Allied forces
Maybe
are
3.
being attacked.
Yeah, 3 sounds good. We'll take an additional trade station. That is all that we can build there. We are also going to need defences. First things first, let's build a gravity well here. And do everything that we can
Structure complete.
for overlapping fields of fire.
Allied backup has arrived. Structure complete.
There's the bulwark that we needed.
Another structure is in the way. Allied forces are being attacked. Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
Enemy forces have arrived at Rakata
Structure
Prime.
complete.
Better go and take a look.
Allied backup has arrived. Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
Well, looks like the enemy forces have retreated from Rakata Prime
Our
also.
fleet is under attack.
I'm concerned about the sheer number of enemy ships here, though.
Allied
Quite
forces
concerned.
are being attacked. Comsat has detected inbound hostiles. Structure complete. Allied backup has arrived. An allied
Right.
capital ship has been destroyed.
Oh, Allied capital ships are falling now.
Allied backup has arrived. Structure complete. The allied capital ship has been destroyed.
There we go, that's more ships. And I think, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to call this the end of the episode. We've had some interesting... Hello.
I have you now.
Take the Cortal. I think, folks, in order to be able to enjoy this battle, because we can see that there's going to be a lot turning up shortly, I think we better call this episode here. I will do an extra long episode for tomorrow's episode, and I will have restarted the computer in the meantime, and I think that's going to have sorted out the frame rate issues that we're currently having. I did, following the last episode, I placed Interregnum on pause, and I left it thus for over an hour. And I think that's what's caused our frame rate issues today, and for that I really do apologise. But for the next episode, I imagine the frame rate issues will be resolved, and we'll be able to have a really nice, smooth episode. I'll make that episode a 40-minute long one, because I think you've missed out on just under 10 minutes of this episode because of the frame rates, and the last thing I want to do is give you low quality content. But if you have enjoyed what you've seen, if you think I've made the right decision in attacking a different star system, following our crippling losses over at Thela. No, it's not Thela, where is it? Jaska. Let me know. If you think I've made the wrong decision, also let me know about that. Oh, look, a bloody deliverance signal. They're already trying to culture flip my new planet. Every time I take a planet, they try and culture flip me. Those absolute sausages. I'm not happy with this. They are genuinely naughty men. They are the naughtiest of naughty men. The men who want to win without even having to fight. Disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. Disgusting. I do feel, and I don't know if you guys agree with me, that the Advent is perhaps a little bit too good compared to the other races and factions. I find that the Visari are relatively easy to deal with, the Tech, or the TEC, relatively easy to deal with, the Rebels possibly a little bit weak when balanced versus the Empire, of course. So I think the Advent do have a competitive advantage that other races don't. Ergo, I would love it if Goafan would maybe, in his next release, because I know he still works on this mod, maybe think about what he can do in order to make the Advent just a shade. It won't take much, but just a shade weaker, and as such have them balanced fairly against the Visari, the Advent, the Visari, the Empire, and indeed the Tech. And then maybe think about what he can do in order to strengthen the Rebels. Because the Rebels have been absolutely decimated in this series. They really have, and that shows that either their AI or their ships have a weakness. I don't know which. There's only a limited amount that Sins modders can do, which would change the AI. Not a lot at all, in fact. So perhaps strengthening the ships is going to be, or at least strengthening their core gameplay aspects to such a point where they can provide a competitive fight against the stock races of Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. But that's enough rambling from me. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching to the end. If indeed you have, I apologise for the frame issues. If you enjoy the community that we have built around gaming, then please do consider taking a look at the links in the description below. We have a Discord set up exclusively for our community members, and I would really, really enjoy seeing you there. And last but not least, and I'm sorry to peddle it so much, I do apologise, I do have a Patreon. If you enjoy the content that I bring out and you want to help both myself and the channel out and make it more successful and more viable, you can help the channel out for as little as $2 a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.